Today we are going to be ranking MMA fighters based on their level of attractiveness, but as objectively as we could possibly get. This is not going to be my take, this is going to be my understanding of the internet, how many people actually pay attention to these people, and who is the most perfectly crafted person in MMA. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle, I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. So obviously, like I just said, I'm going to be gauging this on how many people do you really think perhaps somebody like Laura Sanko? And then we're going to do our best to rank them from S tier all the way to D tier. Obviously, you have both men and women on this. As a married man, I'd be very uncomfortable making a video just, just ranking, in my opinion, what the most attractive female fighters are. I believe making a video like that would be disrespectful to my wife, so I thought, why not actually take this and rank them as as objectively as we can think. So it's important to note, if somebody ends up going to the S tier, it's not like I'm going, oh yeah, Ariana Lipsky, that's my girl. I'm not doing anything along those lines. This is what I think is actually the case, whether it's my taste or not my taste. You get it? Long intro. Sorry about that. I asked ChatGPT to give me the list of the best looking men and women MMA fighters. So this is where we ended up getting the list of fighters from, starting off with Nasruddin Imavov. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do this because I'm straight and I have a very difficult time actually, it's there's times where I get these wrong when it comes to men. It's a little bit strange. But Nasruddin Imavov, I don't know. It shocked me a little bit that ChatGPT produced this. I think he's an okay guy, man. I think he's an okay looking guy. I'm going to put him in the B tier. He's in shape. He's tall. He's good looking, man. He's good looking. But somebody I actually could see being good looking, though, is Aljamain Sterling. The dude is built very, very well. And I feel like he's just one of those guys who has a handsome looking face. I could see Aljamain Sterling really, really being up there. So Aljamain Sterling is going to go into the A tier. Alexa Grasso. I'm trying to take my personal opinion out of these, because every time I look at her, don't get me wrong, I like Alexa Grasso, but I don't get it. I don't get it. But the amount of people who SIMP over Alexa Grasso is insane. I low-key think that a lot of people going crazy about Alexa Grasso are just kind of outing themselves for liking feet because of that one video. But I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it personally. I'm trying not to have my personal opinions into all of this, but judging by the internet, Alexa Grasso's got to be up there. There's no way that she is better looking than an Aljamain Sterling, though. I don't think that. She's going to go into the A tier, okay? She's going to go into the A tier. Tracy Cortez, when I was making this video, I would imagine that Tracy Cortez she might be the best looking fighter ever. Again, I personally think very overrated, but Tracy Cortez, no matter what she does, no matter what she shows up in, whether it's an interview, media day, weigh-in, a random Instagram post, podcast, whatever it is, you have people going, oh my God, Tracy Cortez. People are going absolutely insane about her. So Tracy Cortez is going to be our first S tier. Let's move on to Drew Dober. I don't know. Okay, I am a huge Drew Dober fan. But, I could see him, he is a very, very well-sculpted man, The dude is in the best shape you could be, and it's something about his jaw. I could see the way that his face is structured either being extremely attractive or being extremely unsettling. I don't know which it would be. I'm going to ask my wife later what she thinks about Drew Dober because I'm curious now. But it could be a great one or it could be a really bad one. Drew Dober, though, he fits it, man. He fits the bill. The dude's huge. He looks good. He looks very clean, I'm going to put him in the A tier. We're going to put Drew Dober into the A tier. I'm going to put him right in front of Alexa Grasso, okay? But the problem is, I don't have the opinion like I do of the women. We all know how the internet feels about Alexa Grasso, right? We don't have that same type of thing for Drew Dober. Now, Kay Hansen seems to be a very, very niche community. Very niche. Maybe it's because she didn't really have the spotlight in the UFC too much. But I think that she's probably going to be a solid C tier. And it's important to note, guys, from S to C, all these people are probably very, very good looking. D tier is okay, ChatGPT, what are you doing? Why did you produce this name? Okay, that's what we're rolling with. Laura Sanko. Everybody is obsessed with Laura Sanko. Laura Sanko is going to the S tier. I don't know what else to say. Everybody goes crazy over Laura Sanko. Montana De La Rosa. Kind of like Kay Hansen. Niche community. Niche community likes her. Low C tier. Low C tier. Dricus du Plessis. I'd be shocked to learn that Dricus du Plessis isn't one of the best looking MMA fighters ever. Like on the male side, man. Dricus du Plessis is huge. He is tall. He probably has those like really, really pretty eyes, right? Every time you look at him, the dude's just glowing. his head shape's nice. I think that Dricus du Plessis, guys, is an S tier for like just on the scale of looks. I don't know, but where do we throw him into the S tier? Like, that's tough because like I'm having such a hard time doing this because in my personal opinion, like we wouldn't have a Tracy Cortez in the S tier, you know? So it's tough. Is Dricus du Plessis objectively better looking than Laura Sanko? Probably. I don't know, but then I'm stuck thinking like, there's no way, but maybe it's just because I'm straight. There's no way that the beauty of a man can outdo the beauty of a woman, right? There's just no way. This is a tough video to make, guys. I'm gonna put Laura Sanko. Dricus du Plessis S tier. We're just leaving it at that. Ariana Lipski, the Queen of Violence. She changed her name now. Is it Da Silva? I think Ariana Da Silva. A lot of people, I think it's like a hardcore fans, you know, hardcore fans talk about her. I think she's probably going to go into the A tier. She's probably like high A tier, right in front of Aljamain Sterling, I'd say. Now, Miesha Tate. Oh, another toughie, man. Another toughie. Are we talking about Miesha Tate now? Because she doesn't belong on the list. I'm going to just go prime. Like, let's assume we're talking about everybody in their prime over here, okay? Moving forward, everybody's in their prime. Because Miesha... I'd even... Guys, I'm not even kidding with you right now. I'd want to throw Miesha Tate in the D tier. But people like her. People really, really like her. Not to the level of an Ariana Lipski or Alexa Grasso. So I think Miesha Tate can go into the B tier. There's no way she's better looking than Nasruddin Imavov. There's no way. There's no way. Brian Ortega, though. We all know the ladies love Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega could probably get anybody that he wants. I personally have a couple, you know, I'm not just for the sake of privacy, I'm not going to say their names, but there are a couple girls that are close to me, you know, who I'm not gonna out them at all, but I know that Brian Ortega is a very, 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 very attractive man, and I'm gonna take that logic into a couple other areas once we're talking about a couple other fighters. So Brian Ortega is definitely an S tier. Is he better than Tracy? There's no way. No, you can't. I almost don't want to include any guys into the S tier because there's no way. There's no way like the beauty of a man outweighs the beauty of a woman. But then again, I'm thinking, okay, it's probably because I'm straight. That's tough. Brian Ortega's got to go into the S tier. He's going to be right next to Tracy Cortez. Okay, Michael Chandler. I feel like Michael Chandler would be a really, really good-looking guy if he wasn't short. But the dude, he's one of those guys that he's too big for his size, you know? Michael Chandler, unfortunately, is probably going to be a C tier candidate. Low C tier for Michael Chandler. Israel Adesanya, I don't know. I have no idea if Israel Adesanya is a good-looking guy. He's tall. He's arrogant. You know? Girls, you know, would be attracted to that type of attitude, right? The vast majority of guys on this list have money, so that's not an issue. I feel like people would be attracted to Israel Adesanya. He might be into the A tier. I'm going to put him low A tier for Israel Adesanya. Alexander Volkanovski. I love Volk so much. I can't see him being like a ladies' man, you know? He can cook, he's rich, but he's short, like Michael Chandler. He's short. And for the vast majority of women, that is a very, very difficult thing to overcome. Volkanovski is also going to go into the C tier. I'm going to put him behind Michael Chandler. Amanda Hebos. Another one that I just don't get, you guys. Another one that I just do not get. But everybody loves this girl. Oh my god, her laugh. Her laugh is annoying. Could you imagine? Like, I don't know. The laugh feels forced to me. I feel like one time somebody told Amanda Hebos that her laugh was cute. And so she just like continued doing it, but more obnoxious. Like, you know, like, I just think that might be what she... I think that might be why she laughs the way she does. But you can't argue with it. People love this girl. I wouldn't say they love her as much as Ariana Lipski and Da Silva, and Alexa Grasso. So we're going to put Amanda Hebos top of the B tier so far. Running the B tier is Amanda Hebos. Luana Santos. Brand new, getting attention. People are obsessing over this girl. And to be honest with you, I think it's safe to say that she is objectively good looking because last time we watched her fight, yeah, that's fair to say. Even my mom and my sister were like, oh my God, this girl's pretty. This girl's pretty. And that wasn't even her done up. Like, that was her just in the octagon, you know? So she is objectively good looking. And I'm going to take what some people close to me. And don't get me wrong, what I said about Brian Ortega does not apply to my mom or my sister. I'm just keeping all of that private, okay? Luana Santos, though, S tier. Yeah, she's better looking than Tracy Cortez. She is. Yeah, absolutely. Dustin Poirier, another guy that I know from my personal life that girls really, really like this dude. Dustin Poirier is on screen. People like him, you know? He is a likable guy, to be fair. He is a likable guy. But from what I understand, people like his tattoos. People like his eyes. People just think he's a handsome guy in general. So Dustin Poirier is probably going to go into the S tier. There's no way this dude's more attractive than Dricus du Plessis, though. I have a difficult time. Like, Dricus is just a Chad, man. I feel like he's objectively a really good-looking guy. And I know you could be watching this and saying beauty is subjective, but I'm, like, trying to get, like, as general of an opinion as you can get. Dustin Poirier is going to go into the S tier. We're going to put him in front of Dricus du Plessis. S tier for Dustin Poirier. Let's talk about Luana Pinheiro. Hardcore fans. Hardcore fans know this girl. Hardcore fans love this girl. I just wouldn't say she doesn't get enough hype to like belong in anywhere in the A tier, okay? So she's going to go into the B tier. I'm going to put her right behind Amanda Hebos, okay? Now, Cyril Gahn. I don't want to be any disrespectful at all, you guys. I really, really don't, man. I was just surprised to see that he made the list. I think he's just a big man. Like, I don't know. I don't look at Cyril Gahn and be like, like, I don't know. I don't look at any of these guys and go, oh, yeah. I just was shocked to see that Cyril Gahn was on this list. So Cyril Gahn, unfortunately, is going to go into the D tier. Conor McGregor. We know that girls love, I mean, not so much anymore. You know what? I'm sure that girls would still love him after like everything that's come out. But, you know, it's just one news headline and then all the girls are like, no, thank you. You know, that's typically how they work. So Conor McGregor, we're talking prime Conor McGregor, though. Again, Conor McGregor is one of those guys that I know from talking to people that Conor McGregor is a good-looking guy. Conor McGregor is going to go, I don't think, he's not an S tier. He's probably an A tier. I'm going to put him right behind Ariana Silva, okay? Paige Van Zandt. We're talking prime. Paige Van Zandt is the best that you could possibly get. Everybody knows this. Everybody was talking about Paige Van Zandt. It's the only reason why she gets fights. She is going to go into the top of S tier. Carlos Ulberg. I don't know what to think of Carlos Ulberg. Honestly, same with Robert Whittaker. I have no idea. I guess Carlos Ulberg is like a pretty big guy. You know, he's in shape. I guess I can see it. Big guy, can protect you, you know? I have such a difficult time looking at dudes and being like, yeah, she belongs to Luana Santos, you know? It's tough. Oh, look at even just Brian Ortega in this picture. Just like, he's the only one looking like straight into my soul. Like, yeah, that's right. I'm in S tier. I don't know. I don't know what to do with Carlos Ulberg. I guess C tier. I guess. He's going to go in front of Michael Chandler. Now, Robert Whittaker's another one where I don't know. Is Robert Whittaker a good-looking guy? I feel like Robert Whittaker is one of those dudes that can win you over with personality. But is he good-looking? I have no idea. I'm going to put him in the B tier. I don't know. B tier for Robert Whittaker. Low B tier. John Jones. Ooh. I feel like John Jones would... I mean, how psychological do you want to get into this? Because there are various reasons behind people enjoying John Jones because of the things that he does, you know? If you're watching this video, you probably know how women work typically, you know? John Jones might be the guy to save. John Jones might just be very attractive. The danger, you know? Things like that. But is he good looking? I don't know. He's really tall. He's big. The dude's got aura. So yeah, John Jones probably is pretty good looking. I'm going to put him in the A tier. Probably ahead of Conor McGregor. Yeah, I feel like John Jones would fall there. Norma Dumont. Everybody loves Norma Dumont. Everybody on this planet loves Norma Dumont. She is, objectively, a very, very good-looking fighter, okay? I don't think she gets the same hype that Tracy Cortez gets, so we're going to have her split up, Brian Ortega and Tracy Cortez. Song Yadong. I don't know if he's a good-looking guy. I have no idea. Ugh. I guess C tier. I guess. He's also a short guy. Yeah, it's C tier for Song Yudong. Okay. George St. Pierre. It's a well-known thing that the ladies absolutely love George St. Pierre. Have you ever seen those pictures of GSP like back in the day? You know? The dude was slaying, okay? GSP is absolutely going into the S tier. I'm going to put him right behind Brian Ortega, okay? That's where we're going to throw GSP. Oh, and now I have to make the page smaller. Sorry about that, guys. I might have to continue making it smaller, but this is just how we're working today. Now, Pearl Gonzalez. Very niche. Kind of like Kay Hansen, too. If I'm remembering correctly, did she have an OF after she took off from the UFC? I might be remembering that correctly, or was that just part of being, like, with Angela Hill? I don't know, because Angela Hill got into, like, really making those skits. She's probably in the C tier, man. I'm going to put her right behind Carlos Olberg. Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Again, very niche. Very niche. A select number of people are obsessed with this girl. I remember not too long ago, I was rewatching some of the MMA Gurus tier list, and he got into the, who's the hottest looking fighter, and what he said about Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and I can't say this, like, word for word, I don't remember exactly what he said, but there's something about her where you just want to try it. Like, yeah, that probably describes most people. Joanna Jędrzejczyk is going to go into the A tier. I'm going to put her right ahead of Ariana Lipski, okay? Gina Carano. Another one where I just do not get it. I do not get the hype, okay? But people like her. I don't know if they would like her like A tier like her. I'm going to put her towards the top of B tier. Actually, I'm going to put her at the top of B tier. Just solid. The internet likes her whenever Gina comes up. People like to talk about her, okay? Let's continue on to Jessica Rose Clark. You here, which is... Sorry, I'm trying so hard to take my personal opinion out of it, and I think it's a little bit more safe to criticize. It's not uncommon to hear people say that she is the most beautiful MMA fighter, period. It's not uncommon to hear that. So she has to go into the S tier. I'm going to put her right between Tracy Cortez and Norma Dumont, okay? Macy Barber. A lot of people have been liking Macy Barber more as time goes on. Of course, Macy Barber has been getting into better shape. People liked her at the beginning. You know, she's a bit muscular, but people really like Macy Barber, and people are liking her more as time goes on. People are actually excited for her main event fight, or just for the memes, I guess. But Macy Barber's probably a solid A tier. I'm going to throw her right behind Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I remember there was a little wave on MMA Reddit that was going crazy because she did something with Paige Van Zandt. And other than that, you never hear about her. You never hear about her. Like, I like Karolina as a fighter. I like Karolina, like, she seems like an okay person, right? Of course, we don't know these people, like, deep down. But Karolina Kowalkiewicz, you don't hear too much about her. You don't hear too much about her. I'm going to put her into the B tier. Yeah, she had, like, one big moment where she did something with Paige Van Zandt. I think it was Paige Van Zandt. Might be remembering that incorrectly. But I remember, like, whatever she did, it was a TikTok. Sorry, guys, I'll mute my phone and get notifications over here. Whatever she did with one of the OF girls was talked about for, like, a day, and then people forgot about it again. So, Karolina Kowalkiewicz is going to go into the B tier. I'm going to put her right behind Amanda Hebos. Luke Rockhold. We all know Luke Rockhold absolutely slays. Luke Rockhold gets all of the box that Luke Rockhold wants, and probably still does to this day, to be honest with you. I almost want to quote some Luke Rockhold, excuse me, but we're not going to do that. Luke Rockhold is absolutely going to go into the S tier. I would say that is he better looking than Brian Ortega? I think so. The dude is built, he's tall. He has a lot more charisma than Brian Ortega, that's for sure. Dare I say, guys, that Luke Rockhold is better looking than Jessica Rose Clark and Norma Dumont? I can't picture that, though. That's the problem. I can't picture this. Because, you know what? I get it. Jessica Rose Clark, I get it. Norma Dumont, right? Personal feelings aside from it. But I don't look at men and go, yeah, that's a toughie. But I feel like you hear more about Luke Rockhold getting girls than you do about those two in general. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Luke Rockhold right behind Tracy Cortez. Mackenzie Dern. There are so many of these fighters here that people go crazy over that's just so overrated. You know what? I'm gonna keep my face cam where it is, guys. I'm gonna make the tier list bigger, but I'll show you guys the final version once it's done. I liked it better when it was a little bit bigger anyways. But of course, you have to put Mackenzie Dern at the top of the list. She is talked about almost as much as Paige Van Zandt. Almost. So she's got to go right behind her. That's got to be what's done, man. A lot of crazy takes on this list. And here's another one. Chris Weidman. I feel like he's a good-looking guy. He's tall, he's built, got a couple tattoos, girls like that, you know. I don't know. Yeah, he's probably a good-looking guy. I would say like B tier, maybe. B tier. I'm going to put him right in front of Nasruddin Imavov. That's where we're going to throw him. Cowboy. I feel like Cowboy's another niche pick. A certain type of girl likes Cowboy. The dude's certainly dangerous. The dude's got money, you know. He's living his life. I feel like Cowboy is like the type of guy Cowboy is a niche like part of the world that likes him, you know? So he's going to go into the C tier. I'm going to put him right ahead of Carlos Olberg. Now, Michelle Watterson, prime Michelle Watterson, people were going crazy about this girl. She absolutely has to go into the S tier. Yeah, we have to. We have to. What am I doing? People talk about Tracy Cortez more than Luana Santos. She's going to be right there. I feel like this is the big three that you have over here. But Michelle Watterson back in the day, people obsessed over. Absolutely obsessed. She's going to go into the S tier, but where does she fall in the big three over here? Probably number 4. I'm going to put her right there. Let's continue on over to Paulo Costa. Again, this is something I can take from my personal life. I know girls that absolutely love this dude. He's pretty. He's built. He somehow has some aura. Like, Paulo Costa is 100% into the S tier. He is going to go there right with where my face cam is blocking. I'm going to put Paulo Costa over right ahead of Brian Ortega. That's what we're going to throw Paulo Costa. Now, Rachel Ostovich. I feel like you had a good like 75% of the world obsessed with her and a good 25% of the world going, no way, she is disgusting. Look at her. That's a toughie. That'll definitely knock her down. So Rachel Ostovich is probably going to go into the B tier because there were a lot of people also going, ew. But there were more people getting a little obsessed with her. So she's going to go at the top. No, I'm going to put her right behind Amanda Hebos. Rafael Fiziev is an interesting one. I personally think his look is cool. I think he's a pretty cool guy. Like, I think he looks like a man, you know? Rafael Fiziev, but I don't know objectively, like, how attractive he is. He's probably, like, on the low B tier side, if I had to guess. I don't know about Robert Whittaker. I don't know about half these people. I'm going to put him bottom of B tier so far. And Colby Covington, another one of those fighters that I know, you know, there are girls in my life that really are attracted to Colby Covington. Not necessarily about what he says, but he shows up in fights. And I'm told that Colby Covington has very pretty eyes and a very attractive face. Colby Covington is probably going to be in the S tier, probably. I hear more about Poirier than I do Colby Covington. Like, there are 3 fighters in particular that there are girls in my life that I know, like, really like these fighters, and that's going to be Paulo Costa, Dustin Poirier, and Colby Covington, okay? I hear a lot more about Paulo Costa than Dustin Poirier than I will say Colby Covington, so we're going to put him into the S tier right behind Dustin Poirier. Valerie Loretta, when she was fighting, and now I'm almost sure she does WWE. I know she moved to something. If it wasn't another sport. Regardless. When she was part of Bellator, this girl was so popular that a Bellator fighter made all of the UFC tier list videos. People absolutely loved this girl. I think it's safe to say she's part of the big 3 over here. Were they talking about her more than Paige Van Zandt, Mackenzie Dern, Tracy Cortez? No. But she splits it down the middle with the karate hottie, so she is going to go right there. Stephen One Board Thompson. Just looking at him, I feel like he's a good-looking guy. I feel like that ladies would like this guy. He's well put together. He's well-mannered. He's tall. He's built nicely. I think he's probably a good-looking guy. I'm going to put him in the A tier. Where do I put Stephen Wonderboy Thompson? I'm going to put him right ahead of John Jones. That's where we're going to throw him, okay? Tabitha Ritchie. I don't get it. Look at her. Sorry. I feel like it's okay to criticize, but it's not okay to you know, agree with anything. Tabitha Ritchie, people go crazy for her, dude. People go crazy for her. I feel like I'm the only person on this, like, on the online platforms. Like, whenever people are, like, watching Tabitha Ritchie fight, you get all of the comments in the live chat. You get all of the tweets. You get people obsessed over this girl, and I'm just like, I don't understand it. So she has to go into the S tier, right? She has to. I'm going to put her... Yeah, I'm going to put her right... There's no way she's better looking than Paulo Costa and Brian Ortega. There's no way. Yeah, she's Laura Sanko level, okay? We're putting her right behind Laura Sanko. Polyana Viana. People love this girl. Everybody loves Polyana Viana. Nobody is unattracted to Polyana Viana. She is going to go into the S tier. I think that she can go right behind Michelle Watterson. People were hyping her up way more than Polyana Viana. Cody Garbrandt. Oh, that's another one of those fighters. Another one of those fighters, you know, the women around me. Paulo Costa, Dustin Poirier, Colby Covington, Cody Garbrandt was also there. Oh, you know what ChatGPT didn't list? Kevin Holland. Supposedly he's good looking as well. I'm trying to think of, like, the girls in my life that do like MMA fighters. Conor McGregor's fairly attractive, but they don't go crazy for him. Yeah, it's Paulo Costa, Colby Covington, Dustin Poirier, Cody Garbrandt, Kevin Holland. That's what I hear. Okay? But Cody Garbrandt, I know, isn't as attractive. There's nobody I know that goes crazy for Cody Garbrandt. But people look at him and go, you know. So I think it's safe to say that Cody Garbrandt can go into the A tier. I'm going to put him right behind Ariane Lipsky, okay? Ilia Topuria. Actually, I was curious when Ilia Topuria was part of that magazine that just happened. So I asked my wife if Ilia Topuria was good. And she actually looked at me and went, ew, no. I'm guessing Ilia Topuria just isn't her type. I feel like he's a good-looking guy. But obviously, my word means nothing compared to what my wife had to say. Maybe it's just not her type. Maybe, okay? But I can't disagree with it, right? I don't know. So, I'm going to put Ilia Topuria into the B tier. I only have one person in my life that I know, like, looks at Ilia Topuria, and it's not from a level of attraction. I don't know. I just feel like he's a really, like, clean guy, you know? Like, he's a clean built guy. He's a superstar now. But I'm going to put him in the B tier. Where are we going to put him? I'm going to put him right behind Amanda Ribas, okay? Valentina Shevchenko. Some like her, some hate her. She's right down the middle. Some people are obsessed with her, some people aren't, okay? So for that reason, I think that she can go... Yeah, I guess you can call it a niche audience that likes her. She's going to go into the C tier. I'm going to put her right behind Kay Hansen. And finally, Veronica Hardy. It's not uncommon to hear that she is the most beautiful woman in the UFC, just like we were talking about Jessica Rose Clark. A lot of people really love Veronica Hardy. I feel like she's a little bit more of a hardcore fans type fighter because casuals don't really know about her, but if casuals did know about her, she'd probably be way higher. So, I'm going to put her... People were just hyping up Luana Santos with her recent performance more than I have ever seen for Veronica Hardy. That's where we're going to make the difference, okay? Veronica Hardy is going to put the split right there. And this is the official list in my... Sorry, Cyril Khan. I haven't looked back at Cyril Khan. I didn't realize that I put one person in the D tier. Am I wrong? Can someone please correct me? When I talk to my wife, I need to ask her about who. It was Cyril Gahn I need to ask her about. And there was another one. I don't know who it is. Who were we just talking about that I need to ask my wife? Oh, Stephen Thompson. I think it was Stephen Thompson. No, Drew Dober. It was Drew Dober because I'm unsure about the chin. Is that an attractive chin? Is that a well-built, structured Chad chin? Or is it, like, too overwhelming? Okay? This is what I believe to be, and again, not my opinion. I believe that from being within the MMA community since I was a kid, I believe these fighters got the most hype. There is a ton that I personally disagree with, let me tell you that. But I'd love to know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to keep watching tier lists, we ranked every single MMA YouTuber. I would love to have you guys over at that video. Thank you for being here, everybody. Take care.